Hey everybody, Mega Ruler back here from FSI DFS. We are going to break down the 7-game slate for Saturday, June 19th. That is going to be the evening slate. So if you're looking for the day slate, then you can just go pause this video, go to our channel. McKinley412 did a great job breaking that down. So you can find that video and then come right back here and we'll get you the nighttime information. So 7-game slate looks like it's gonna be six. Weather in St. Louis and Atlanta, so I don't know if that one's gonna play. 70% chance of rain, so I'm not counting on it. But instead of going through pitchers and stacks and everything, I'm just gonna run through the games just to. Um, I'll give you my thoughts as we go along there. So, St. Louis and Atlanta, if it does play Wainwright, I'm okay. He's been decent recently, even though the Atlanta offense is pretty good. 87 degrees, humid out there, so the ball will be flying, wind blowing on a little bit, wet, might favor the pitchers a little bit. So I don't think you need Wainwright on here. I think there's plenty of opportunities. Smiley, on the other hand, at 6'5", kind of like him as one of the cheaper pitchers if the weather does hold up. I think there's only a couple choices that are of the cheap variety. So if you're trying to stack some expensive bats or Coors Field, which is on the slate, then you might need him. But with the weather, it's risky. Even though he's a lefty against a St. Louis lineup, it's pretty much righty. He hasn't been bad versus righties this year. He's got 25% K rate, so I'm okay with him. Next game would be Cincinnati and San Diego. It's at San Diego, not the Great American Small Park. You have Vladimir Gutierrez against Miguel Diaz. It looks like he's just an opener at 8-1, which I don't understand. He's only pitched like 2 or 3 innings, so I don't understand the pricing on that. He should be like 4 or 5K. Maybe they're stretching him out. Maybe it'll go 3 or 4. It's against Cincinnati, so but definitely don't like the pitchers on either side here. Gutierrez is probably the worst pitcher on the slate, and yes, he's only given up 2 runs in his 4 starts like per game, and he gets like 6 or 7 Ks. But the problem is he really hasn't faced anybody like the San Diego offense. They're starting to get healthy. They're back. I think they're one of my favorite stacks of the day for this slate. I think they'd be the number 3 stack. They're expensive though. If I am stacking them, I would skip Pham. I'd take Tatis Grissom, Machado, Hosmer, and Meyer, who had 2 home runs last night. If you want to go down lower, Cronenworth, Carantini is probably where I'm going to draw the line at catcher. If I do stack San Diego, I might not use them because I want the bats. I might go lower. Torrance is 2K for Seattle, so I hate playing the latest batter if I don't have the lineup, knowing because then I get burned and I have no catcher. So I think if any other person I'm stacking, I think I'm going Carantini at a 2-6. So up next we have Chicago White Sox in Houston. I think this is definitely a decent game here. You have Lance Lynn, who's pretty expensive at 10-3, but I don't know. I have him as GPU only. I like him. He's having a great season, but Houston's patient. Houston hits well. They don't strike out much. So I just kind of still respect this lineup. They seem to be back to where they were a couple years ago with hitting. So I don't know. GPP, I think he's great leverage if you want to come off some of the other higher price pitcher, which we'll get to later on in a later game. But I think I might play him one GPP line, but not playing him more. Valdez on the other side, not bad. He's only given up a couple earned runs, or like 1 earned run per game. He's got 3 quality starts in his last 3. He's gone 7 innings in his last 3. He's got 20 strikeouts combined over his last 3, not in per game, but overall. So I think even though the White Sox usually hit good lefties, we've seen recently that they've had some great matchups against lefty on paper, but they haven't really hit that well. So I'm okay if I'm okay playing Valdez, and I think he might be my SP2 tonight. So then we come to Coors Field. We got Colorado and Milwaukee. Hauser, he's got such a low K rate. I really don't want to play him. He's got a huge home run for fly ball ratio to top 3 on the slate. Gomber, I do like him. And this Milwaukee team has been an enigma. So I I think in a GPP, if you want to save money, I would prefer um, to play other pitchers. I don't think I'm going to go with him. I'd rather play Smiley or another guy that's around the same price range. I think he's about 500 more at 6'9". That's coming up in next couple of games. But Gomber, he's been really solid recently. So even at Coors Field, he seems like a really decent pitcher. So I think, if you want to roll the dice on him, Milwaukee has struggled. Most of their power, like Colton Wong's back in the lineup. He's lefty on lefty matchup. Yelich, they'll take Vogelbach out of the lineup. They'll take some of the other hitters that they usually have. So just besides like Urias is okay. Averis Garcia is the only one I really fear here. Maybe Adames, but I think he could definitely be in line to do well. It's a pick'em game. The total's only 5.25 on each side. You don't see like the 6 or 7 totals sometimes you see in Coors. A little bit cooler. It's going to be like 76 degrees, not 90 to 100 degrees. So definitely an option. Both sides of this game, I can see stacking for bats. Blackman's prices come down a little bit. They're not super expensive being in Coors. You don't see like 6K guys. Story McMahon are the most expensive Rockies. The rest of the guys are in like the 4Ks. And Yelich has even come below 6. He's at 5'9", so he's the most expensive one in this game. But still, the pieces around him are like in the 4s and in the 3s, lower on down. You even have like some guys that might be like 2.8, 3 flat, 2.9 in this matchup. So definitely can make it work with a decent pitcher if you want to stack that game. Okay, Detroit and the Angels. Sandoval, don't really love him, but he seems like he's pretty good in this matchup. He just had 10 Ks versus Seattle. He will give up some runs here, but he gets the Detroit bump. They're one of the biggest favorites on the slate. They're really close to the Dodgers, who are favored also. And they have a 5.67 run total because Willie Peralta is probably the worst pitcher on the slate that he faces. So he should get the win. He should get some Ks, and he should go pretty deep into the game and have a good one. So Sandoval at 8.6, I think is definitely, if you fear Valdez against the White Sox, I think he's the next choice for SP2 there. Bats in this game, love the Angels. They're my second favorite stack. I wish there was like more lefties to take care of, go against Peralta, but he's been bad versus both sides of the slate. So Upton, Ohtani, Rendon, Walsh right there. And then I don't know if there's a fifth guy I'd really want to put into it. So I might go 4 and then stack another 4 with him, or take some one-offs, take a mini stack of 3 and then punt catcher, whatever works out there for you. Next game is the Dodgers and the Arizona. How bad is Arizona? Arizona has lost 15 straight games. I mean, I didn't think, losing Goldsmith out of this lineup, it's really, I just don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just that they're in a division that has the Giants, has the Dodgers, and has the Padres, and are very, very good. And they play so many games against them, they just really can't keep up. So Walker Buehler comes out. I think, he's got 27% K rate. I think he's definitely going to go out there. He seems to have the longest leash with Dave Roberts. He'll go out there, and I think he's going to get the win. He's going to get some strikeouts. He's the top pitcher on the slate. So if you can fit him into your lineup at 11-1, which isn't super outrageous, I think I'd go for him there. Dodger bats, I like them against Mac Peacock. He's probably one of the worst pitchers on the slate with Fleming and Gutierrez and Peralta. So, definitely going to target him there. They have a 5.38 total, which is second highest on the slate next to the Angels. They're the biggest favorite just by 1. They're a -215. Angels are a -214. I'd take either side of the plates, but I love like the price on Lux and Beatty hitting up higher here. Chris Taylor, I think, is way overpriced with the righty on righty matchup. I would skip him. I'd go Betts, Lux, Turner, Beatty, and Pollock for my stack if I'm taking them here. The one thing I will do tonight is, just because Arizona has been so bad, that eventually at some point they got to like rally together and do something, like get a rally monkey, grow beards, wear their underwear backwards. I don't know what it is. They're eventually going to win a game and shock everybody. So in a dollar GPP going forward until they win their next game, I'm going to play them and perhaps maybe take it down if for some reason they actually come out and Bueller gets a blister like 2 pitches in and the bullpen's not going, the roof's open, it's hot, they're hitting balls out. So anything can happen in baseball, and I'm gonna see. I'll see how much money I waste trying this, but maybe it will hit. I'll try it for the next week, so I'll only lose $7 if it doesn't work out for me. Final game of the night is Tampa Bay and Seattle. You have Fleming and Logan Gilberton. I actually like Gilberton here in this matchup. He's got a 24.6% K rate on the season. Tampa Bay's got a 30% K rate on the road versus righties recently. They only put up 1 run last night. So at 6'9", I think he's definitely a decent pitcher. Tampa Bay, I think, is a good GPP stack because their lefties are where their power is. So Lowe, Choi, Meadows, Wendell. So I think I'm going to hedge this. I think I'm going to play Gilbert as my SP2 in some of my stacks when I'm trying to get in the more expensive stacks like San Diego. Atlanta, if they play, is very expensive. So, if I'm trying to get an Atlanta stack, Gilbert's going to be my SP2 here at 6'9", if I'm trying to play Walker Bueller. So in that, I definitely think I'll also hedge in some GPPs and play a Tampa Bay stack in case Gilbert's not on. These lefty bats just crush him. There's a lot of cheap pieces on the Seattle also, I think, to fill out your lineup. So talking about lineups, as we always do, we try to give you some builds here. So if you want to go the most expensive pitchers and take Walker and Valdez, I think are the most reliable ones. I know Lynn's more expensive. I wouldn't play him in cash. Wainwright, no. So if you want to go Walker and Valdez, and then you want to try to get the Dodgers stack in, if you throw Caratini as your catcher, like I said, a 2-6 bench earmark it there. You might be able to go down to Torrance at 2K if he is in, but you need to know that before because there's only a couple catchers in between, and such a small slate, you don't want to get caught without anybody in that position. Punting, it's one thing, but taking an absolute zero, it just doesn't make sense in cash. You want to try to get some floor. If the guy just gets like 1 hit, you should be fine. So that leaves you 27.33. If you drop down to use Gilbert as your SP2, that gives you 3,600. But even with Caratini in there, that's 28 per the last 2 ones. So like I said, the stack would be Beatty, Turner, Lux, Betts, and Pollock. And there's some great options at second base and even some bare minimum guys at 2K in the outfield that you could plug in that would actually get you a decent second baseman. So that's one build. And then if I do go Walker and Gilbert, I'm going to put Pina in as catcher. And because I want to use the San Diego stack, so I'm not going to use Caratini there. So San Diego, I'm taking Hosmer, I'm taking Machado, Tatis, Grissom, and Meyer. I'm not taking Pham. I think he's too expensive for the stack. I'd rather take Meyer in this matchup. And then I'm going to punt the outfield so that I can play up a catcher and take a catcher that's batting probably 5th in Coors Field. And then that gives me still a decent amount for second baseman. So that's what we have for today's slate. Thanks for watching. As always, please give us a like. Help us get these videos out to other people to appreciate them and to learn. And subscribe to our channel so you know when our videos are coming out. And drop some comments. Love interacting with people, or hit me up at Twitter, MegaRuler31, especially, if you watch the video and then a bunch of things change. There's weather, it's unexpected, pitchers get scratched, players get scratched, and you're like, I don't know where to go. Just send me a message, and we'll try to see what we can do to help you out, because that's what we're here for ultimately. So thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.